Hey plenty people, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Sonia and this is Majestical Plants. I started collecting plants during a really difficult time in my life. And over the years, they've become a huge source of healing and joy. Today, I'm sharing 5 of the easiest Hoyas in my collection. Plants that are super beginner friendly and have been truly easy to care for in my experience. Whether you're just starting into Hoyas or you struggled with them before, this list is for you. Let's get into it. First up is Hoya carnosa stardust. This is a cultivar of Hoya carnosa. This cultivar is named for the silvery stardust specks on its leaf, which makes it easy to spot in a crowd. It adapts well to different light levels and blooms beautifully when mature. I water it when the pot feels light, especially in summer, but I don't let it dry out completely. It's a low drama, reliable plant, perfect for new growers. Next is Hoya fungi. This one has big, thick leaves and a viney habit. It's forgiving, stores water in its leaves, so if you forget to water now and then, it's okay. Again, I water when the pot feels light, especially in summer, but I don't let it dry out completely. It also produces sweet-smelling flowers when happy. This beauty here is Hoya pachiwali, and that veining is just stunning. Even though she looks fancy, she's actually really easygoing. She handles light and humidity shifts like a champ, and her growth has been super steady. If you're curious about bold foliage but want something beginner friendly, this one is a gem. In my opinion, she is one great introduction to Hoya with more texture and dramatic foliage. It has that exotic look, but without the high maintenance attitude. No blooms for me yet, but she is growing steadily and I am very patient. Okay, let's pause real quick. There are so many myths out there about Hoyas that confuses a lot of people. So let's bust a few. Hoyas are like succulents, water only when dry. That's a myth. I personally do not do that. So no, this myth is not true, at least not in my book. I do not leave my thin leaf Hoyas, example the Bella, I don't let her dry. So no, this is not accurate. It all depends on the thickness of the leaf. For example, the carnosa, you can let dry a little bit more, but a soft leaf, thin leaf Hoya like the Bella, you do not want to do that. You're gonna cause them stress and it's not gonna go well for you. Hoyas only bloom where they're mature. Absolutely not. This is not always true. Some can bloom earlier than others. There's no rhyme or reason. I have a tiny little plant, the Ellie, for example. The Ellie came in about that tiny, and in about 6 months it bloomed, and it wasn't mature or it wasn't big, it was tiny. So that's not always the truth. Some can bloom earlier with the right conditions. If you give it a lot of light and you're giving it the water it requires and the condition that it needs, then it will bloom for you faster. Myth number 3. All Hoyas need the same care. I just have to laugh because that's so funny. I'm looking at my display over there, and if I would treat all my Hoyas the same, my collection would have not been 400 plus. No, that's not accurate. All Hoyas do not need the same care. There are some that do not want bright light. There's others that do not want consistent water. And there are some that do need more waters than others. The thin leaf Hoyas, as I mentioned before, they require more attention. They require more watering. I water those every 5 to 6 days, depending on the weather. And then my thick leaf Hoyas, like my Noel, for example, she doesn't need water often. Let me show you the example. Why would I water my Noel as often as I water my Polyneura? Impossible. I would have killed my Noel, because this Polyneura requires so much more water than she does. I water this one every 5 days or so, and I just watered her 2 days ago. And I watered my Noel about a week and a half ago. And she does not need, see how firm she is? She does not need water. So no, you don't treat them the same. It depends on the texture of the leaves. Hoyas don't need humidity. No, it's kind of true. They don't need humidity. They do well in ambient environment. At least here in Florida. I'm in Florida, so I know the temperatures are very different in other parts of the world. But yes, here in Florida, they do well inside a home, and they do fantastically in a greenhouse. The ones in my greenhouse, those aerial roots are everywhere. It's hard to contain them. But the ones inside my house, inside my home, they do not have aerial roots. So yes, it's beneficial, but it's not needed in order for them to survive. Now, would I give it to them if I had it inside? Yes, I would. But I am not going to plug in one of those machines to give humidity to my plants. I don't do that. That's too much. I have too many grow lights, and my bill, my electric bill is already up there. So I am not going to add some more machines to make my plants happy. I mean, they are happy, and you can see how beautiful they grow without that extra. This poor baby here, this poor leaf, I dropped her. And she got kind of wonky, but I kind of like that texture. Oh no, that wasn't the one that I dropped and broke. It was this one. See? I didn't think she was gonna survive, but she did. But yeah, I don't give them all that extra attention that some people do when it comes to humidity. I let them do whatever they need to do, and they do well. All right, so let's go to our next one. it says, if your Hoya hasn't bloomed, you're doing something wrong. Don't believe that. That's not true. That is very upsetting to me. That's so very upsetting. That is not true. You're not doing anything wrong. Some Hoyas just take forever to bloom. Example, and you might know this, the Carnosa Princess and the Queen. Oh my goodness, I've had that big old thing for 3 years now, and she has not bloomed. I haven't even seen a peduncle on her. It's not that I'm doing something wrong, because I assure you I am not. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I do many things wrong with my plants. I start them, I restart them, I propagate, I do everything, because I'm not perfect. But no, you are not doing anything wrong. If they have not bloomed, it's because it's not time. Maybe give them some more light. I bought some grow lights back in 2023, and they were Sensi, and I still have them. Actually, they're still functioning. But recently, I bought Barinas, and once I put those plants beside my Barina, they started growing so much faster, and they started blooming. Before then, they had not bloomed for me. So maybe if yours have not bloomed, try different grow lights and see, because I'm telling you, I had not had any blooms before my Barina grow light. So if that's the case for you, try and see how it goes for you. But yes, it's not on you. It's not on you. You just have to be patient and have that consistency in their care. And if they go through a neglect period, it's going to take longer for them to recover, which also means it's going to take longer for them to flourish. So try and be consistent. Try and change the lights. As I said, I didn't have but one or two that had flowered for me. But then after that Barina light, I have a lot that have flowered. So that could be a tip for you. So let's continue with our Hoyas. Next up is the Hoya australis, especially the green form. And this one is just so beginner friendly. It's native to Australia, hence the name australis. You might also see it grow in parts of Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. This plant grows super fast, especialmente if you have it on a trellis or something to climb. Definitivamente, one of the Hoyas that reward you with a lot of leafy green without a lot of fuss. The leaves are thick and semi-succulent. This is one of my easiest Hoyas. It made me feel confident, like, okay, maybe I can do this Hoya thing. Muy fácil. Okay, now, this is one that's super sentimental to me. It's mi Hoya ovovata. And this was actually my first ever mail order plant. Me acuerdo, I was so nervous. I didn't know if it would survive the shipping or if I was just being scammed. Estaba nerviosa. But it arrived safe and sound, and I love this plant. I have loved her ever since. Ovovata has these thick, beautiful round leaves. They're thick and fleshy with these silvery specks. Hermosura, she is beautiful. And on top of that, she is super low maintenance. This plant comes from India and Southeast Asia, and it adapts to warm, humid environment. That said, it does great indoors or outdoors. It isn't dramatic about humidity. And the best part? Yes, mine has bloomed. And oh my gosh, it was worth the wait. The flowers are blush pink, super waxy, and honestly, just majestical. The first bloom ever sealed the deal. This is one of my favorite forevers. These 5 Hoyas have truly earned their spot on my beginner-friendly list. They've been easy, rewarding, and so much fun to grow over time. If you're just starting out, I hope this gives you a solid place to begin. And if you're already collecting, maybe it gives you a new one to add to your list. I'm sorry. Lo siento. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I invite you to subscribe if you want more planty content like this. Let me know in the comments which Hoya has been your easiest, or which one you're thinking of trying next. Take care, my friends. I will see you in the next one. Have a majestical and blessed day.